Hello everybody, this is Great Math number 107 with me, JP, and today we're doing another video. And this time, we're doing trigonometry. I know it's a really big jump, but as soon as you understand what these weird things are, it'll be so easy. Okay. Where do I start? Okay, so I'm going to explain what sinus is, or S-I-N. And I put A because it represents an angle. Like, you can have sinus 90, so... or sinus 30 or sinus something. Sinus anything, to be honest. So, what does sinus stand for? It stands for so in SOHCAHTOA. That's how we know what sinus and cosinus and tangent is, but I'll get to those later. So stands for sinus, opposite over hypotenuse. So sinus A, let's say, because we're doing an example, the opposite angle divided by the hypotenuse. So it's CB divided by AB, as shown here. So that's sinus. Now let's try cosinus, or COS. Cosinus is Ka in SOHCAHTOA. Ka stands for cosinus, adjacent over hypotenuse. So the adjacent over hypotenuse. So it becomes AC divided by AB. Then we get to tangent, which stands for tan, or is tan. And it stands for TOA, tangent, opposite over adjacent. So the opposite versus over the adjacent, or it's just sinus divided by cosinus. So I did sinus divided by cosinus here, and then here I did the opposite angle here, or sorry, the opposite here, divided by the adjacent. So that's pretty much what it is for you. It's gonna be pretty easy, actually, but and what's even better about it is that you get to calculate as much as you can use a calculator, and that's what I like about trigonometry. You get to use calculators if you really want it, but yeah, I'll get to it. So, and the good thing about these needy stuff is you can figure out and find the missing side lengths here. You can only know one angle, and by the way, this only works for right angles. You can know one angle, not the 90, but you can know one angle, one side, and you figure out everything already. As long as you get out by calculator. Okay, and you're gonna have to come closer. Just figure out what it is. So we see that's 58 back there, right? So we're gonna try to figure out what it is. So. Okay, we don't know what the hypotenuse is, right? So, but we know what the opposite angle is. So we can use sinus there. So it'd be SOHCAHTOA, sinus, opposite over hypotenuse. So it's going to be 16 over something is equal to sinus 58. So we type in sinus 58 is equal to this number. Okay, so we know it's the same thing as 16 divided by the number that we don't know. But we want to switch that so it'll be easier. So to switch that, we do answer by the power of -1. We get this number. And that means it's the number divided by 16. So we can just multiply 16 and get it out, right? So answer multiplied by 16. The answer is 18.86. Now, because I don't want to write all those numbers down, because it could be infinite for all I know. But, because I don't want to write all those numbers down, I'm actually going to round it down. So it's going to be 18.9 here. So the hypotenuse is going to be 18.9.
So you find PR?
Oh, yeah, I found PR. Now
How do you find PR? Can you write down PR equals sinus 58 or something?
Is equal to sinus 58 multiplied, or how do I say this? PR is sinus this times -1 because I was trying to switch it, multiplied by 16.
Oh, because sinus 58 equal?
It's 16 divided by 18.9. And
60, it's QR divided by
PR.
PR. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Now come here. We're going to do the next one. So we're trying to find out the next angle. Now, we already know the hypotenuse, so that's going to make everything easier. But I don't think we can use sinus for this one, because that's just going to find out the 16 and the 18.9. So we're going to try to find PQ, which is the last angle remaining.
Can you write it down there? It's easier to understand. You can write the formula that you're going to use.
We're trying to look for PQ.
Okay.
Which is cosinus 58 multiplied by, what's this divided by that? 18.9.
Multiply by PR or by what?
Oh yeah, PR.
Can you write? That's what I wanted you to write. The exact formula without the number directly.
Okay, that's your formula right there.
Okay, because cosinus 58 equal adjacent divided by hypotenuse, and adjacent is PQ and hypotenuse is PR.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it becomes cosinus 58 is multiplied by 18.9 is equal to 10.0, which is the same thing as 10 if you round it. And that's it. I hope you guys like this video on trigonometry. We're going to start doing it, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.